Hi guys, welcome back to my empty nest. I'm Cindy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Tonight I am making butternut squash with pasta and Parmesan cheese, and it's from this book here. I'm not sure I'm allowed to actually show you the recipe, but I'll put it down below. And I love this, and I really find that I think it's healthy because of the butternut squash. So I just want to show you the ingredients that you need. It's few and simple. You need a butternut squash, any size. Mine's a little skinny and long. 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter. 1 cup of chicken broth, but I always put a little bit in the cup just in case I need a little bit more because I kind of like it creamy. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and a box of pasta, 1 small onion, 4 cloves of garlic. I mean, you could do 2, but I just add an extra 2, and salt and pepper. That's it. so simple, right? Let me turn you around. Yeah, I wanted to show you how I make it easier for myself to peel and cut the butternut squash. What I do before you peel it, I started peeling it, so I can't really show you what I did, but I put the whole thing in the microwave for 20 seconds, and it makes it easier to peel and cut. Of course, now it's cold, so it might not be as easy, but this is how I do it. A lot of people use a knife and pare it. I guess that's what it's called. But I use a peeler, and I think it's just as quick, and I don't take as much actual fruit, vegetable off. Yeah, I'm having trouble now because it cooled down, and I don't want to put it back in like this. Then I'll have to clean my microwave. But this is so good, and it's healthy, creamy, and I really enjoy it. And let me see. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I'm just gonna get a few of these. But yeah, usually when you microwave it, just for a few, like I said, 20 seconds, a few seconds, 20, 25 seconds, it's so much easier to cut and peel. And that's why I do that. And I'm just gonna cut there. This one has no seeds, so I'm gonna cut that right away. This, I'll just, ooh, good thing I didn't wait any longer. I'm just gonna cut this up and I'll show you my next step. Yeah, I just want to say, my dog's gonna bark, most likely. He hears my husband talking. That a lot of people don't cut up butternut squash, spaghetti squash, all the acorn squash, because they feel like it's really hard to do. And it's really simple. I was scared for a long time to actually do it, but I'm so glad I did try it one day. I forget when I tried it, but one day I tried it and I never turned back because they're so good. They're delicious. But yeah, so just please don't be scared. Don't be scared to try it. You have to have a sharp knife. You really do. Your knife has to be sharp. Mine is semi. And it takes a bit to cook them. It takes a little while because it's so dense. But it's really worth it, and it's really healthy, especially in the winter, you know, when you need all these vitamins and minerals to fight colds and flu. And it's funny, I think it's amazing, actually, how God knew what to have in the winter and what to have in the summer. I just feel like I think it's amazing that how it turned out. And he's smart, isn't he? But yeah, so this just takes a second. This one's a little tedious because of the shape, but they do, if you have a basement or a cool pantry, they last for like 3 months, 6 months maybe. My pantry is not really, my dryer's in the pantry, which I don't like. So I have to use my squash and pumpkins pretty regularly because of it. And who puts a washer dryer in a pantry? Like, who does that? But it was the builders of the home. So Well, I guess they weren't thinking of food at the time. They were just thinking of where to fit everything. But anyway, so let me just cut this up here real quick, and then, well, actually, since I have you here, whoops. Since I have you here, I'm just gonna bring you over here. Okay, whoops. I have my butter all ready, and I'm gonna put my garlic and my onion together. And I'm just gonna let that go for a few minutes with some salt and pepper, just to get some color, and then I'll add the butternut squash, which will take a good, usually 20 minutes, I would say. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe more. I like to make it where it's, you know, creamy and hard, you know, hard. I'm not hard. Soft winter, you're not going to go, baby. Creamy and soft, not hard. No, you're not going. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, my dog wants to go out. Always at the time that I'm busy with something, you know how that is, right? So I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes and show you the next step. Oh, and yes, it looks like a lot of butter, but the original recipe called for 3 tablespoons of butter first, and then add the onions later with 2 tablespoons of butter. But I didn't like how that worked, so I just did it all in one. So, and it made it a little easier for me. So yeah, it looks like a lot, but it won't be once you put all that butternut squash in. My goodness, I just love the smell of onions. I'm sorry about my dog. Okay, I'm ready to put in the butternut squash now. I might lose a few along the way. Got it. Yeah, it's a lot, which is okay by me, because then I get to have leftovers. And I'm going to put a teeny bit of salt and pepper on this too. And I'll also turn up the heat. The only thing I don't like about this recipe is that you have to cook the pasta separate, and I love one-pot meals. Just a little. And I forgot to mention that it also calls for Parmesan cheese at the end, but if you want to leave that out, you can, but I think it adds amazing flavor. It's an acid, so it helps balance everything. And we put Parmesan cheese pretty much on everything anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to let this go until it's ready, which could be about 20 minutes. And I'm going to turn it up to medium high. And I'm going to stir it often so it doesn't burn or stick to the bottom. So, ooh, my tummy's rumbling. I just love food. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, and I just have a little tip for you. Since this cooks so long, I do my best to cut them into small pieces. And, you know, you want to usually cut your food even, but with the way this butternut squash was shaped, it was a little hard. But you want to do a little bit smaller. This way it cooks quicker, just like a potato or anything. And it's almost there. And I'm going to let this actually go for 15 minutes, so I have like another 2 minutes to go. And, well, maybe 20. But then the next step is to add the broth and the brown sugar. You mix it, stir it, and then you put your cover on for about, let me see. About 4 minutes. I'm not really sure what that step is for, but I know it does make it creamier. Don't know why. I guess because you keep it in all the evaporated liquids, I guess. But yeah, so this is almost done. Okay, I'm going to put in most of my broth. And my brown sugar. I'm going to mix it and then I'm going to cover it for 4 minutes. If I'm feeling like a rebel, maybe 5. But this is where you get the creaminess with the broth. And it's good over pasta. It really is. Okay. I'm going to let that go 4 minutes. Okay, this has been going about almost 5 minutes. And now we uncover it just to let the liquids evaporate a little, just a little. And I always have a little extra in my cup here, just in case, because I want my pasta to be creamy. I mean, my pasta sauce, the sauce, you know. So, I'm going to let that go for a few minutes. I know it seems like there's a few different steps in here, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. It is worth it. So this goes for a few more minutes uncovered, and then we're just about done. Okay, so the next step and the last one, except for adding your pasta, is to add the recipe. The original recipe says to add thyme, I believe a teaspoon, but I don't have time. I have plenty of time, but I don't have time. So I just use this Italian seasoning. I mean, I have oregano and basil, and I don't know why I don't have any time. I don't. So I just, I like to wing it, and I like, seasoning. Well, that might be too much. But I just do that. Just rub it in my hands and do that. And I'll turn this off. Just gonna mix it and add my pasta, and I leave my pasta al dente, and I also leave a little extra pasta water in there because it can help thicken and flavor your dish. But that's why I always have extra broth on hand, because this does not look like a lot of liquid. So I'm actually going to put it in right now. This does not look like a lot. And this is gluten-free pasta, so it's not a pretty color, and it doesn't really stick as well as it would for regular pasta. But I can't have regular pasta, so, unfortunately. So I'm just going to let this sit here for a minute and marry, have the flavors marry, like my mom would say. Put this back. I'm going to put it in my bowl, and then I'm going to add the cheese. You could add it right in here, but I'm just going to add it to bowls, separately. So just let this go a minute, and I'll be back and have it plated up. And that's it. And there it is. And I just absolutely love it. I love my vegetables. Your mom tries to get you to have your vegetables when you're young, and you fight her tooth and nail, but I can't get enough of vegetables now. But that's it. And I just want to say thank you for spending time with me. Excuse my hair. We were at, I can't even tell you how many stores looking for Thanksgiving perishables. But anyway, thank you for spending time with me. My name is Cindy. My channel is My Empty Nest, and I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you like it, please subscribe. Thank you.